Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy DaVon. I'm back in the flesh for another legendary video. Appreciate you guys coming through and show your love and support as we get everything's nitty gritty, everything so saucy. More importantly, getting things when it comes to the freshness of how things have concluded with Monday Night Raw. Appreciate you guys coming through and showing your love and support. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, or like this actual video. More importantly, hit the notification bell if you're on YouTube so you be always up to speed when a new video is dropping. But come on through and show your love and support as we get into a live edition for Monday Night Raw for September 9th, 2024, as they were live in Calgary, Canada, the home of the Hart family and the Hart dynasty. And as well as importantly, we had Bret the Hitman Hart, the Hitman, make his initial return when it came to Monday Night Raw. It's been such a long time. But things kicked off pretty smoothly when we had advertised for tonight. We had the return of Bret the Hitman Hart. We also have Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill defending the tag team gold against Isla Dawn and Alba Fire for the women's tag team championship. We also had Drew McIntyre responding to CM Punk, and so much more drama had unfolded, leading to an implemented match being showcased for Bad Blood, as initially Adam Pearce had enough when it came to all the drama that was unfolding with CM Punk, as well as everything that was going on with Drew McIntyre. Tonight, we also had the wrap up of the Intercontinental Tournament and the Fatal 4-Way, as we had Drew McIntyre, we had Pete Dunne, as well as Jey Uso, and we also had Big Braun Strowman, and we also had Ilya Dragunov in a Fatal 4-Way to determine the number one contenders for the Intercontinental Championship. Appreciate you guys coming through and show your love and support. Don't forget to smash the like button. Come on through and share this content if you're a big fan of professional wrestling. Hopefully, I'll be becoming one of your new homes when it comes to anything that's going on with results, review, more importantly, just chopping it up about professional wrestling. But we're going to go ahead and kick it off when it came to everything that's with the build up for Bad Blood, as initially this pay-per-view is going to be red hot in Hot Atlanta, as more importantly, there's going to be so many great matches leading up to all the drama unfolding with the storyline. Also, when it comes to big news, we also have that WWE Monday Night Raw officially tonight has officially showcased and will be launching 2 hours now officially on the USA Network all the way up to December 30th as they get ready for their new home on Netflix, which is going to be rated all the way up there to pretty much PG-13 or even higher, because pretty much no holds barred when it comes to the showcase of how things may be on display when it comes to Monday Night Raw. More importantly, we have some other big news. Kiana James, she's now officially on an inactive roster when it comes to Monday Night Raw. I don't know what's going on with the situation. She first started off coming into NXT. Now she initially has been pulled from the Monday Night Raw brand after her last appearance was in the Money in the Bank qualifying for the women's division. But that's going to be some interesting twists and turns, as well as if you haven't been on the fold, we have no other than the big man, of course, Mr. Jones. Pretty much when it comes to the situation, we had so many twists and turns when it comes to everything unfolding. Well, fortunately, we had so many different things happening with tonight's Monday Night Raw. I see we got a total of 19 people coming through. Appreciate you guys showing your love and support as we picking things up on all my social media platform to discuss everything else that's been going on Monday Night Raw. Feel free to chime in the comments below. If you're on X, I won't be able to see your comments, but more importantly, if you'd like to be a notable and have your comments pop up directly for this actual video, switch over to my actual profile page, and it has my indicator for my direct Twitter or YouTube page directly. It should have a direct link, and you'll be able to enjoy this live. But for all my other social platforms, appreciate you guys coming through and show your love and support, which we're live on Twitch as well as Facebook, and we're also live on YouTube. But let's go ahead and get into the nitty gritty of everything that had transpired with tonight for Monday Night Raw, as things kicked off in Calgary, Canada, the home of the Hart dynasty, as well as Bret the Hitman Hart. We started off with the commentary hyping up the show when it came to everything that was transpired, but more importantly, it kept us invested as we finally got a new promo for the VHS tape for the Wide Six, which is building everything up when it comes to their sins and alcoholic being a reckoning when it comes to everything that has been going on with American Made. But things kicked off with that actual six-man mixed atomic street fight that kicked off Monday Night Raw, More importantly, it was great to see all the action had unfolded, and I really enjoyed everything for what it was. We end up having the brawl start off with a big brawl where Nikki Cross get into a brawl out with Ivy Niles. She ended up hitting her with a trash can, and of course hitting her when it came to everything with a kendo stick, and so many different things that went on. So many weapons were implemented and involved into this actual match. More importantly, we had so many great things that had unfolded between the Wyatt Six and the Alpha American Made. But more importantly, it still kept me invested when it came to all the drama that had unfolded. Unfortunately, the Wyatt Six did end up picking up the actual victory when it came to everything that initially had unfolded. But it was a good match, and overall, give this match maybe a 4 out of 5 stars. It kept me highly invested. All the prime spots, including Uncle Howdy getting involved. More importantly, I enjoyed the algorithm of how the drama had unfolded. After things had took over from there, Nikki Cross was the big MVP of the actual match. As she was all over the place, she was doing no prime spots. She hit that German suplex on Chad Gable, as well as the big man Eric Rowan, actually picking up the barricade, knocking the barricade off, and smashing it directly into Brutus, the Creed brothers, as well as the other following members of American Made. But it was a great feat by seeing all that drama had unfolded when it came to the actual match. And then to seal the deal was when Uncle Howdy ended up hitting that lovely, beautiful sister Abigail and was able to secure the situation. With Dexter Loomis hitting that lovely, lovely dive like he normally does, and things had proceeded to progress as Chad Gable had lost the match pretty much. Then we get ready for the entrance for Judgment Day ended up coming out, but more so Finn Balor. This was the promo between Finn Balor and as well as Damian Priest. This kicked off everything that was going on with their initial feud, set up the tie for Bad Blood as initially they're going to go to clash when it comes to their actual brawl. But importantly, the promo really delivered with everything that was going on. Um, Finn Balor said Demon Priest said that he screwed him, but he screwed the Judgment Day as well. More importantly, he said that he's trying to hold Priest up and hold him accountable. But more than he did, and more than Damien held them down from Damien Priest's point of view. They were supposed to be brothers when it came to everything that initially had unfolded, but he said he's been the World Heavyweight Champion a long time ago. But Priest was lurking behind his back and with that briefcase, getting in his way every time he came close to the championship, he screwed him over. Which is actually true when it comes to the situation. He did screw him over multiple times when it came to everything that had unfolded. But this drama really is going to be picking up in a really big way when it comes to everything that has been going on with Damian Priest and Finn Balor. But this is a long time coming when it comes to everything that has initially have been going on between these two. But it's always surprising to see how things continue to pick up and be unfolded when it comes to these two men. More importantly, I look forward to seeing how things may come to a conclusion when they go to battle over at Clash of the not Clash, but at Bad Blood, as Damian Priest is looking to get that redemption after Damian Priest had a nice run as being a World Heavyweight Champion, but he ended up being screwed over by Finn Balor and looking to get that revenge basically directly at Finn Balor after everything had happened over the summer when it came to the new Judgment Day being involved with each other and finding their new niche. More importantly, seeing how things continue to progress with the new Judgment Day as well as the Terror Twins trying to find their balance of drama. More importantly, keeping us highly invested. But I'd like to know from you guys' point of view, how were you feeling so far about this actual build up with the story of the Terror Twins as well as Finn Balor, JD McDonough, all them being involved against the Terror Twins of Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. It continued to conclude that they went back and forth getting jabs at each other, pretty much explaining everything. But of course, it just ended up very quickly when it came to everything that had unfolded. Of course, Damian Priest and Finn Balor set up the ties for the match, set up for Bad Blood. But of course, things was gonna unfold as, of course, Finn Balor said, when it comes to Judgment Day, they don't run alone. And Finn Balor set the plan in motion And Damian Priest was ready when it came to everything that was unfolding with everything that had unfolded, and more importantly, everything that was concluding. So the Judgment Day ended up surrounding the actual ring when it came to everything that was actually going on. When it came to that situation, Damian Priest was prepared for them. He pretty much took the blows to them, took the fight to them much as he possibly could. As all the members of the Judgment Day put the beat down, and it includes Carlito, Jaden McDonough with the big head. I'm loving the memes directly on social media as everybody's taking advantage of that using the big head filter to pretty much put it on display and having the Judgment Day theme music playing, which has been cracking me up through the most of the internet wrestling community. But pretty much everybody put the beat down on Damian Priest in a big vicious way. But of course, things really broke down. As Rhea Ripley music broke down, she came down with her crutch, and she was making her way down. But of course, Liv Morgan tried to cut her off, but she was taken out, and things really broke down from there at the entrance ramp. As she was about to swing on Liv Morgan, but Dominic Mysterio got involved, grabbed the crutch, and pretty much took it from her, and pretty much distracted her as Liv Morgan took advantage of her and struck her kneecaps from there. From there, the situation really unfolded as all members of Judgment Day was in full force. They ended up putting the beat down to the Terror Twins as things unfolded. Rhea Ripley was down for the count as she was really selling her knee when it came to everything that had unfolded. More importantly, Liv Morgan put the beat down with the crutches to start beating her over and over. But of course, Damian Priest is trying to do his best to protect his Terror Twins sister. But things really broke down after they really put a hurting on Damian Priest as well with the crutch, beating him over in the ribs. Then Finn Balor went to the top rope and was trying to go for the coup de grace. But things really broke down as Jey Uso just returned that favor. Pretty much had their protection and really looked out for the Terror Twins. Came down to the ring with a steel chair, scared out all the heels that initially was involved in that actual beatdown, and pretty much sealed the fate for what it is. So Jey Uso has the Terror Twins back when it comes to every single problem that's going on with the Judgment Day. But also he has some distractions underwent as he was involved in the main event to secure to becoming the number one contendership for the Intercontinental Championship. So he's trying to pull himself left and right in so many different directions. I don't know if he wants to be in Judgment Day's business on top of being in a situation of distractions when it comes to the main event. And then if he pick up and secure the victory, he's got to deal with Braun Breaker as well. As things continue to progress through the course of everything, we had an interview with Braun Strowman, who was still selling his ribs after actually being tsunami splashed by the big man, Bronson Reed, who was cleared to come back tonight for Monday Night Raw after he did a tsunami through the car and pretty much sealed the fate of Braun Strowman's ribs, breaking them in half, and pretty much he's been taped up for the past 2 weeks. But of course, the big man, Bronson Reed, was out last week after having COVID, but he was cleared away and he's back to our regular scheduled program. As things are looking good when it comes to Monday Night's Raw showcase, more importantly, the storyline of the Battle of the Meats. He says he's still a little bit banged up, but he's not used to any excuses. But it takes a whole lot to keep the big monster down. More importantly, he said he's going to show the whole entire world what he's made of. But of course, Braun Breaker rose up and says he is a monster, but he is there to prove the situation that you don't have to be 7 feet tall and 900 pounds, which he was kind of joking when it comes to the big man. But the only reason Strowman's standing there right now is he never been in the ring with him. And he kind of smiled off and smirked off and then left that actual segment from there. Then we get ready for Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, the ESTs of WWE, taking on the Unholy Union in a rematch for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. This match was okay for what it was. It was decent. It was a lot of back and forth. It was great seeing Bianca and Jade Cargill working as the great chemistry. Continue to keep that WWE chemistry going under that belt. I know a lot of people are looking for them to initially break up. Just hold your horses. They officially are going to break up, and things are going to change up when it comes to those ladies. And when I see how things are breaking down, Bianca Belair is going to turn heel. From how things are looking right now, Jade Cargill is the superstar. She's the woman. She's the face of the women's division right now, and they're getting their prime ready. Not only with the house shows, not only with the live events, but they want to have her ready to go when it comes to any match in WWE. They want to make sure she's good to go when it comes to her singles run. Because when she first started off, a lot of people noticed she was a little bit sloppy. They still kept keeping her with her same kind of transitional moves, which she was doing in AEW, which I'm kind of glad she kind of got on the topic because a lot of reporters kept asking her about AEW, and she pretty much said, "I'm no longer in AEW. I'm here in my new home, WWE. No more questions about AEW. I enjoyed her." She says she enjoyed her time for what it was there, but it's in a new direction and a new life when it comes to the future, which her being in WWE. But we got that match underway when it came to Unholy Union and Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, the ESTs of WWE. It was a lot of back and forth and smash mouth with a whole lot of transitional moves. I enjoyed everything about everything that had went on when it came to those ladies putting on a great showcase. I give kudos and props to these ladies going back and forth, getting nice transitional tag team moves, a lot of back and forth. The conclusion happened when Bianca Belair and them was able to get a wheelbarrow DDT with a German suplex combination to pin Alva Fire and to retain the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. And more importantly, said on X that they're looking to take on any challengers looking to step up when it comes to the women's division. We have so many different tag teams now forming when it comes to the Pure Fusion Collective, when it comes to no other than Zoe Starks and Shayna Baszler. As well, we have some other women in the division as we end up looking at Zelina Vega and Lyra Valkyria looking to be a mixed match tag team. And we're also going to be seeing some other new tag teams coming up in the near future for the women's division. The women's division is still looking very mid. They need to put some more tag teams together, build up some chemistry, and get us invested. If they can't do so, I think we need to have a mid card women's singles championship to be involved. I know a lot of people say WWE has a lot of championship, but I think a mid card championship will kind of give some of the other ladies something to chase because the top championships aren't going anywhere. When it comes to Liv Morgan, she's involved with Rhea Ripley. And then when it comes to Nia Jax, she's involved in that triangle situation when it comes to Bayley and Tiffany Stratton, who initially will be making her face run pretty soon when she cashes in on Nia Jax. Then we got to the Latino World Order. Their interview backstage. They talked about how they were going to outfox the Judgment Day tonight when it came to their actual drama that's continued to unfold. Of course, Judgment Day rose up on them, and if Finn Balor says that they stand the way of Judgment Day when it comes to everything that's unfolding, they'll be next, and Rey Mysterio calls him the wannabe thug who runs from fights and tells Finn to step up and stop hiding behind his stupid son and face him tonight. And of course, Finn Balor agrees when it comes to the actual match, and then things smoothly broke down from there. Then we get a shot of Bret, the him and Hart walking backstage as the Calgary Canadian fans really was red hot when it came to Bret Hart making his actual return. They was red hot. They were really cheering. They got a natural pop for the Hitman. It's always great to see the Hitman return to WWE every so often, but when it comes to his politics views of certain superstars, I feel like he's just bitter on everybody currently at the moment. We come back from the commercial break, and we got Joe and of course Wade Barrett. Of course, they're introducing Bret to him and Hart. He comes directly out, and they have the announcement for Survivor Series in Vancouver, which they're continuing to hit those international shows, which I'm kind of proud of. They're kind of stepping out when it comes to their pay-per-view events. They're focusing more on the international thing, and it's about time. The international crowd is now getting their chance as they're now we're getting the reverse flip of things as we had to get up at 10 o'clock in the morning or late nights when it comes to every international show, as they were die hard from the start to finish of being available when it comes to watching every single show, being there, being live when it comes to the audience. But we're doing a lot more international shows when it comes to PLEs. It's looking great for 2024. 2025 is going to be more promising as we will see more new cities being involved and new pay-per-views returning, including the likes of No Mercy and a couple other ones that initially will be making their return to the main roster once things get switched over to Netflix. As if you guys haven't been up to the loop, everything. Monday Night Raw is initially making their 2 hours show now. It's no longer gonna be 3 hours all the way through to August 3rd, mainly to December 30th. As towards the end of the year, once that hit bad boy hits midnight, they'll be getting ready for the new era on Netflix. So this is temporarily for them having the 2 hours. I'm not sure what direction they're gonna go out when it comes to when they make the switch to Netflix, if they're gonna still be 3 hours. But temporarily, right now, currently at the moment, all the way to December, WWE is making that push to have Monday Night Raw delivered for 2 hours, which is kind of a good thing because now we can spread stories out a little bit longer. Matches could be implemented, but of course, downfall, we're gonna have a lot more people in catering who aren't being utilized and being used until they're ready to get their time and day and they're ready to step up. I'm pretty sure from the backstage point of view, Triple H isn't that hard of a person to communicate if they want to be involved in something or if it's the right time for them. But I know he's using his favorites when it comes to right now being involved with all the storylines, and this gives him a little bit of break because 3 hours is kind of really pushing it when it comes to actually putting a storyline together every so often week because you just get burned yourself out and you just be everything just become mid like it has been when they just throw filler matches onto the card. But now they actually can take their time when it comes to a 2 hour showcase for Monday Night Raw. I know originally Vince McMahon was thinking about pushing it back to go on to Monday Night Raw for 2 hours, but this was actually a great decision when it comes to Paul Levesque putting it into effect. So the things break down as we have Bret Hart coming directly down to the ring. He hypes the crowd up in Canada. He took part in the pride of not just being a champion, but a Canadian champion at that. Then he says that the Canadian champs will be take on anybody and no ducking the dodging when it comes to challenges and prove to themselves, as he did. More importantly, to be the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. Of course, he had to go through that his favorite line that he normally goes through. Then Gunther ends up interrupting him. I love this actual segment. It was calm, cool, and collective. It wasn't felt rushed, but it was spot on. He's Gunther ended up saying that he was about to pour his heart out to one of his childhood heroes, and of course the crowd ended up booing when it came to everything that actually had unfolded. And he said he repeats Bret tagline and says that he feels like passing the torch when it comes to Bret Hart. He says he is the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be, currently, right now, this generation. And he says, business aside, from the bottom of his heart, all the boys in the back watched Bret Hart growing up, including him. But he said his childhood hero of his, and he wanted to tell him that he was always close to second to his actual favorite, which is Bill Goldberg. I enjoyed that tagline when he said Goldberg. It had me dying out laughing 100%. I love that shoot so bad because we know how Bret Hart really feels about Bill Goldberg. But for Gunther to say that, it really hit home. And I know deep down Bret Hart felt some kind of way about it, but he let it go because everybody knows that's his thing. He really is going to talk about Bret Hart. Is going to talk about Bill Goldberg to the day he dies, and he's going to blame him for everything that ended his career. Then, of course, things really broke down. Sami Zayn ended up coming down, of course. He tells Gunther that he got a lot of nerve for talking to the man like that in his own city. And it's not a joke whatsoever. Bret is a Canadian hero, and he's a hero to every single person in the city and to an entire generation of wrestlers in the back that still study his work, his matches. More importantly, he's a hero to Sami personally. Gunther may hold the title, but Bret sets the tone for what it means to be a champion. And when Sami challenges him, which initially Gunther ended up removing himself as he walked away, he wants to be the best there is, and more importantly, to prove it. And Sami Zayn wants to set it up when it comes to Sami versus Gunther Part 2, but this time for the World Heavyweight Championship. He ends up telling Bret Hart that he's not in his league when Gunther initially, that was a quote from Gunther. And Sammy is far away from being in Bret's league. And his answer still remains no after everything. He leaves up the ramp, but Bret calls him a gutless yellow coward, which has always been one of Bret Hart's lines. As he walks away, Sammy pops to the crowd, of course, gets directly and confronts him. And then, of course, a brawl breaks out until the referees come down. The staff end up diffusing the situation after everything had unfolded. Then, of course, things are going to pick up as this Mr. World Heavyweight Championship is going to be red hot. As we know, we got some great matches when it came to Gunther and Sami Zayn, even on the undercard in the indie scene. But seeing him now for the World Heavyweight Championship on the red brand and full in his glory when it comes to bad blood, it's going to be a great one, 100%. Like Booker C usually says when it comes to his quote, it's going to be on like neck bones, and it's going to be good. Braun Breaker, he chats with Pete Dunne backstage. A lot went on when it came to that actual, just a quick little brief little talk with each other. He doesn't think much of him when he was running with Sheamus, but Dunn says he's going to win the title tonight and smash Braun and win the title. Braun smirks and walks away, and Sheamus arrives with a shillelagh to brawl with him. And of course, things barely broke up, but he avoids it, and things broke down as that piece is still going to be missing when it comes to those two looking to go at it. As Pete Dunne and Sheamus is going to be a banger after banger. Once they lock horns, we know we're not going to miss a beat when it comes to those two guys. Who's this? We got somebody here, most likely. Here's the thing when it comes to the chat. Appreciate you coming through, Jesse. He's complaining around when it comes to everything that was in our eyeball situation. There's no faithful gazing when it comes to everything we do. We don't bullshit when it comes to here directly for this actual live. We don't troll. We keep it straight, fresh, and cool. If you want to go troll, go to somebody who may be a little bit more emotional and care about the trolling. But we don't do that when it comes to everything here. 100% when it comes to any situation, there's no trolling here directly. If you're into that stuff, that'd be your business. But go ahead and find another channel, because we don't play that around here. There's no fugaziness around here, and we don't play that when it comes to trolling people in the chat or acting a fool, or basically when it comes to shooting at people, wherever it may be, or just trying to be a jokester when it comes to the situation. So unfortunately, from this chat, you are getting canceled Christmas when it comes to that. Till you figure yourself out, you will be out this actual chat when it comes to everything. And you were in timeout, buddy. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get back into that. But if you like the chat, feel free to come through. But of course, certain people are getting banned out or kicked out. I'm looking through the chat of each and every single message that's coming through. We don't do any trolling. We don't go back and forth with other people. We don't act the fool here. If you're into that, you will get kicked out directly from this actual live. I'm straightforward with it, and I'm not going to go back and forth and argue with people or act the fool or troll people. If you're here for that, take it out the door. Go ahead and just knock on the door and go ahead and just let yourself out and call it a day. We don't play that around here, and we don't disrespect other people that's in the chat. 100%. Then we over get to the main entrance. We got the Judgment Day. They're actually making an entrance at the break when it comes to everything that's going on. Then we got Dominic Mysterio taking on Dragon Lee as we get ready for that actual match as things continue to break down between those two. Then we have they went a lot of back and forth. This match was great for what it was. A lot of transitional moves. Of course, Judgment Day got involved. LWO got into a brawl out as well. Joaquin Wilde did a nice little somersault, which got the crowd popped when it came to everything that had unfolded. I enjoyed what Joaquin Wilde actually had done through the course of the match as well. Liv Morgan was helped out. She did a chop block directly to Dragon Lee. Dirty Dom was able to hit the 619 and was able to secure the victory with the frog splash. As Liv Morgan has been racking up the wins and helping Dominic Mysterio pick up the victories. That's one thing that I really have been loving about when it comes to Dom Dom. Dom has been finding a new leash on life when it comes to everything that has been going on. He's been racking up the wins each week on the red brand. He hasn't lost yet since he's been paired up with Liv Morgan. So that's something to really be proud of when it comes to just everything in general from Dominic Mysterio's point of view. Things continue to break down afterwards as of course everybody was trying to melee and then of course they went to a commercial break. Then we got Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. They run into Damage Control in the backstage area. Io Sky tells them that they're not used to having tag titles, but they walk away after everything had initially broke down. The commentary memorizes, of course, of Johnny and Matthew Garzou, the local hockey heroes who recently passed away after a tragedy had struck when it came to the Canada crowd. And then they went to an actual break to break things down from there. We come back from commercial break. We got, of course, the kind of the three ladies, what you call pure fusion. Sonya Deville yells at the music for during Lyra's entrance and calls her a joke and says she's tried to fall. And this mystery partner is supposed to be scary when it comes to everything. The mystery partner is going to destroy the same fate as what they're going to go through. And if she wants to step up, she's going to shoot her shot. Of course, Lyra and Zelina Vega waits for their mystery partner to take on Pure Fusion Collective. And it's Natalia, who's just recently signed back with World Wrestling Entertainment. It was kind of great to see Natalia making her initial return. I'm kind of proud for her to see her come back and in full effect. But was it a good thing for her? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Natalia making a return. But of course, they had to with the home crowd. This match was a lot of back and forth, a lot of transitional moves. All the ladies were able to get off their spots. It was calm, cool, and collective with a nice, cool pace, but it still was at a quick, fast pace when it came to everything that was going on. Lyra, Natalia, and Zelina was able to get off a three-way submission, and Natalia was able to seal the victory with a sharpshooter on Natalia after picking up the victory on Zoe Starks. And of course, the ladies ended up celebrating after a great victory after everything had unfolded and broke down when it came to that lovely six-man tag. Then we have Drew McIntyre who's walking backstage, of course, getting ready to come out directly to the crowd. And of course, we come back from a commercial break. Bret is reunited back with Natalia. They're hugging, of course, backstage, and they have a little brief moment to themselves and have a brief little conversation. Then they pan to the ringside. Drew McIntyre makes his entrance. Of course, the crowd is booing the hell out of him, but it was a calm, cool promo that he had to deliver. As I quote, he says he talked about CM Punk saying that he's done with him last week and says that he's not going to let him just try and move on like that. After costing him the title 3 times, he says that he can live with himself because he ended it. He ended CM Punk's career. More importantly, now the time is to talk, and what matters around here is himself, which is Drew McIntyre. It was okay for what he had to say, but more importantly, he was serious, he's poised, and he's looking to move on, but of course, not that easy. He said he's going after the world title, and also the first Hollywood movie comes out this week. The Killer's Game with Drew McIntyre and the Animal Dave Bautista are going to be in a new movie he hypes up. And he tells the crowd to check out that actual movie. He's afraid he's going to have some bad news involves Wade Barrett. He tells Wade Barrett, his oldest friend and his comrade, they go back decades, even have been arrested together over, of course, that's something that's outside of the ring. Barrett is the only voice fighting for him as CM Punk hurt not just him, but the whole business. So did he step up in the way when he was in time toward end Punk? He's not angry about the whole situation, but he's just disappointed more importantly. But he does it again, but he's not going to be disappointed if it happens again. He's going to be angry if Wade Barrett gets in his way. And he says he's going to do something about it. And Wade takes his headset off, stands up directly, steps directly up to Drew McIntyre. But Adam Pearce comes down, diffuses the situation after everything had unfolded. He asks Drew, he's lost his plot so bad that he wants to fight his own friends. More importantly, he doesn't believe that. But out of character, he has information for Drew McIntyre. Then he initially sets the actual match for Hell in a Cell. CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre in the Hell in a Cell for Bad Blood in Atlanta. Of course, Drew McIntyre was pissed off. He wasn't happy about the whole situation that Hell broke down. But of course, he stormed off, and that had ended that segment. We get Karrion Kross. He's backstage with The Miz, trying to buzz into his ear the same way that he rolled up on Xavier Woods. And he asked him what he's doing with himself. More importantly, he was the A-lister and says he knows what he is doing. But he invented that move, and it's nothing wrong. But he's in a rut, and everybody knows he's going to be destroyed by Bronson Reed. Of course, Xavier Woods reminds him that he defended the WWE Championship because, of course, Xavier Woods came through against John Cena at WrestleMania and says The Miz says that that's a problem. Kofi rose up as well and comments on Woods as well as situation, and then, of course, in a Bret Hart cosplay before telling him that he got a shot at the tag team titles next week for the both of them. So it's going to be interesting to see, is that going to be the point where Xavier Woods turns on Kofi Kingston? It's going to be a matter of time. It's going to be interesting to see how things actually unfold during the coming week. But more importantly, the drama continues to pick up as Karrion Kross continues to pick the feed of everybody that he comes across with. He's planting the seeds with everyone. Everyone he comes in contact with, they change their mood or their concept of who they are as a character. But it's going to be interesting because I feel like it's long overdue for Miz to be a heel. But not a jokey joke heel, but more of a serious heel. I think this is probably going to be his last run before he initially get ready to retire. I know he just re-signed a new WWE contract with a max contract deal for 5 years with a great load of money. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Miz will unfold. Is he going to try to get another run for the WWE Championship? Or is he just going to play it low and play the mid-card role? But the drama continues to fold when it comes to Karrion Kross playing the seats with everybody, which I'm just revisiting again. But when it comes to his group, it feels very mid at best. When it comes to everything that's going on with AOP and everybody else that's involved. Rey Mysterio, he makes his way out as he get ready to face Finn Balor. This match was really good. A lot of back and forth. A lot of different things that went on when it came to everything that had concluded. I liked everything about this match, that it had everything that was needed to keep us involved. But of course, Finn Balor ended up getting an Achilles lock, getting disqualified after everything had broke down when it came to the actual match. He didn't want to let go of the hold. Then afterwards is where things really got dangerous. Afterwards, Rey Mysterio was trying to roll out the ring. Finn Balor was aiming bullseye, aiming on him. Hit that torpedo drop kick directly into the ring post and pretty much took the win out of Rey Mysterio. So pretty much he wanted to seal his fate as showing how dangerous the New Judgment Day is and send a message to Damian Priest. We get Ilya Dragunov, who's getting interviewed. He says he has to dig deep to survive this match, but he wants the prize at the end of the match and a chance to settle unfinished business with the big man, Braun Breaker. Of course, Braun Breaker ends up rolling up. He says that he has unfinished business because he's beaten Dragunov multiple times. More importantly, he says he wants and he'll beat him again. But of course, main event Jey Uso rolls up on him and co-shoulders Braun Breaker and calls for his music, of course, gets that hype music, as we all know that he knows how to do. His interest pops, the crowd goes red hot when it comes to the Canada crowd. We get things ready for the main event as things get underway. But of course, as they got into the commercial break, Finn Balor had a message for anybody that wants to get any time of the day, and for the tag team titles belong to them now. As they, of course, set the tone for next week as JD McDonough and Finn Balor takes on the New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods for the tag team championship. Then we get ready for the main event, which is Big Braun Strowman, Ilya Dragunov. Main event, Jey Uso and Pete Dunne. What more can I say about these boys? These boys put on a clinic. It was a great main event. They actually did a phenomenal job that kept us invested. It was a lot of back and forth, a lot of power spots. Braun Strowman was doing some great things through the course of the match. Of course, no disqualification was implemented as we had a tsunami out of nowhere as Braun Strowman was taken out by the big man, Bronson Reed. So many different Brauns. People may get a little bit confused, but yeah, the big man got taken out. And things really sealed the field from there as Ilya was on his heels, but was trying to do everything he possibly can. But Jey Uso was able to secure the victory with the Uso splash on Pete Dunne and become a new number one contender for the Intercontinental Championship. He celebrated, of course, Braun Breaker appears behind him. And then, of course, they have a standoff. Braun Breaker ends up raising the championship. And that closed out the show for Monday Night Raw. More importantly, everything was looking good when it came to everything that was going on. We got Lee in the house. What's going on, Lee? Appreciate you coming through. Hopefully everything is running smoothly with your early night or early morning, depending on where you are. Appreciate you coming through. If anybody else have anything they want to say, feel free to come on through on the YouTube, on Twitch, or any of our other platforms. But at the end of the day, keep it calm, cool, and collective. No fugaziness. That means don't be fake, don't be acting a fool, be yourself. More importantly, be genuine. And let's chop it up. We can chop it up on professional wrestling for a little bit. I got a little bit of time before I head out. So far, we are already heading towards that 45-minute mark, and it's been not too bad, not too shabby. So Keith Jordan, he said, rate my song, please. I recorded his video. Okay, of course, I will swing through. Feel free to leave the link directly over in the chat. Maybe a few of us will come through and show our opinion of your work and show some love to you. Just put the link directly in the chat, and we should be able to check it out directly. It shouldn't be no issue. Once you have the link, we should be able to click directly on your actual video that you got going on. Some of us, we have a busy schedule, but we do the best we can to show love and support to you. He says that his video is called Life of a Soldier by Dex Payne. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have some time, feel free to swing through YouTube, search it up. Always show independent artists or new people that's actually involved when it comes to music or any kind of new talents. Feel free to show everybody that's part of my subscription or anybody that's following me who are pretty much got their own thing. I'm always looking to support people, not only just in professional wrestling, music, if you have other hidden talents or wherever it may be that you have, that's your niche, something that's your hobby and your love and passion. This channel is no fugazi. Pretty much we're open to anything and everything, but more importantly, we're not up for any of the drama. More importantly, we're always there to show people support when it comes to new things, because you never know, it may come across to be something that you may enjoy or it may not. It's all good and dandy. But when it comes to my channel, more importantly, I want this to be a home for you guys to be able to have a new channel, direct channel, not only for professional wrestling, but as well when it comes to my actual things. I do movie reactions, I do movie reviews, I watch reaction videos when it comes to YouTube and other social media, including anything across X, as well as anything that's going on Twitch. More importantly, I do gaming as well, and also I'll be putting in the description pretty soon, catching the upcoming weeks. I will be having new channels available as well to kind of spread everything out so it's not too confusing for too many people who is subscribed to my channel or follow me directly on my actual social media. So I will have links to make everything run smoothly when it comes to everything. He said he subbed. Appreciate you for subscribing, Keith. It's always appreciated. Most importantly, I will check out your link, and then if everything is looking good, hey, it's free 99. I share it or I give it a heart to it if I like it. But you know how that goes. You either give a thumbs up or thumbs down. But that's what I want you guys to be able to do when it comes to anybody's content. If you like it, give a thumbs up, or if you just swing it by, just give a thumbs up or a heart. It gets the algorithm up for this content, and more people will be able to view when it comes to this. Free 99. You don't have to do too much. He says that he missed the Undertaker. This is coming from Keith. From the Undertaker days. Yeah, the Undertaker days were really good, especially when it came to the 90s, 2000s. Even when it was peak time when he made his debut, coming around that season of Survivor Series, which was his actual debut when he joined the WWE. Of course, they're gonna do something for him as usual, and pretty much he'll probably make a little appearance every so often as they get ready for the new leaf of things when it comes to Netflix. Of course, he's going to make his appearance. John Cena's going to be there as well. And so many notable people will be there. More importantly, don't forget to catch SmackDown. SmackDown this week is not going to be on Fox. It's going to be on the USA Network. So if any of you guys are looking to catch up when it comes to SmackDown, it will initially now be on the USA Network. So don't forget to check out your normal time schedule for 8 p.m. when it comes to Eastern time, or if you're going to be 5 Pacific. SmackDown will be listed for the USA Network, as well as don't forget to miss out on NXT this following tomorrow. Well, today is following Tuesday, but don't forget to catch NXT as you have Jillia. She will be making her debut in NXT to take on Chelsea Green, who is my MVP when it comes to the women's division. She's always doing such a phenomenal job, and I give props when it comes to everything that she continue to do each and every single week. And I look forward to seeing her continue to initially get a women's gold at some point in time. She's been doing a great job by her sales and everything and her charismatic of everything that who she is. And I enjoy Chelsea Green. Is there anybody currently that you guys are enjoying right now? Who's your favorite superstar that you guys are currently enjoying? Are you guys enjoying Jey Uso? Are you enjoying past talent? Who's one of your top guys that you enjoy growing up? What mine's was more importantly was Stone Cold Steve Austin, as well as currently on the product right now is Jey Uso. I'm enjoying everything he's doing, including Roman Reigns. The Anawali family is doing such a great job, including with Jacob Fatu. Can't wait to him to finally be able to be unleashed and break out. And that storyline with the SmackDown is looking great when it comes to everything that's been going on the red brand and the blue brand. But things are shaping up on the USA brand as things are looking really good when it comes to everything that is going on currently with WWE. But more importantly, I appreciate you guys coming through and showing your love support. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Until then, y'all be safe.